Because each week that starts, it's a new beginning, I wanted to read you a story. So I propose you the jewels like a kiss on Sunday evening. For this podcast, I have a chance to be on the Gemgeneve show, and as I know you like different things, I found you a jeweler really surprising. She comes from Australia, she works in London, and do you know what she do? She transforms the thing you put your whole life into jewels. You guess it? And yes, it's your cell phone, your computer, turned into a new sentimental jewels. The brand is called Oushaba, and her name is Gillian Carr. Hello, Gillian.
Hello, Anne.
How did you come up with the idea of turning cell phones and computer into jewelry?
Well, actually, the idea came about during the lockdown of COVID a couple of years ago, and we were really thinking that we were so connected to each other through technology because we couldn't see each other face to face, so we relied on our phones and on technology. And we were also thinking that the phones were like connected to our bodies. They were like an extension of ourselves. But then we upgrade our phones so frequently and, we are so attached to them, but then they become waste. And, we were reading that the problem with e-waste is that 80% is not recycled properly. And it's one of the fastest growing environmental problems of our time. So we wanted to think about a way to breathe a new life into forgotten materials and turn these fragments from our mobile phones into wearable art.
What was the first piece of jewelry you made?
We had the idea, but the jewelry is handcrafted by our workshop in Sicily, in Italy. So each piece, the inspiration starts with the recycled fragment. So, for example, a circuit board from a mobile phone or the charging cables for a mobile phone. And that's the center of the piece. And then from there, it was a collaborative approach with the workshop in Sicily to see what was possible. So we spent, I think, almost 2 years working on the first collection to make sure it was right. And the workshop in Sicily used ancient techniques, so lost wax and hand chiseling, hand carving. They've never worked with modern materials like e-waste fragments. So it was a very experimental collaboration.
To make this jewelry, do you use recycled gold, recycled gems?
Yes, that's right. So all of the gold is recycled, and it's recycled from electronic waste as well as other types of waste, and recycled silver as well. And the gemstones and the diamonds are responsibly sourced from trusted suppliers.
Does the gold come from the recycling of electronic produce or from the recycling of jewelry?
It's a good question. Well, so many people don't realize that we have gold in our phones. And, the volume of waste that's created means that it's a much more environmental and sustainable option to extract the gold from e-waste. So it's a key component of what we're doing.
What's appealed to me is that these jewels made with electronic elements of cell phone, of computer, are a bit like the sentimental jewels of the 19th century. It is a bit like saying that our phone, for example, is an essential as your lover.
Yes, that's right. So the pendant I'm wearing now, for example, is made from a phone charger plug, and it's personalized with my initial, a G for Gillian, in diamonds, and with the sapphire. But our clients can provide their old technology, and we can turn that into a bespoke piece of jewelry for them. So if they have their old phone chargers or charger cables or fragments from inside the phone, circuit boards. They can provide that to us, and we will turn it into a very personalized piece of jewelry for them. And, it's so interesting because our technology is so much a part of our lives, and we're so connected, and we have so many memories stored on our phones, and then we upgrade our phones, and the technology moves on so quickly and so rapidly that it's really, really nice to be able to turn something that was once such a great part of your life into wearable art and something so personalized.
I agree that in my cell phone there is all my life.
Yes, exactly.
Do you think that your creation are a witness of deeper societal change, where the machine become the new best friend of people and even the new people lover?
That's right. It's really reflecting the change in our society, the way that we stay connected to each other. Even now that we're outside of lockdown, we're still so connected to our loved ones, our friends, and our family through technology, through the internet. And, this is a modern take on that, to have those pieces transformed into jewelry.
For example, my cell phone or my computer breaks and I am very sad. So I come to see you and I decided which pieces I want to keep as a souvenir, and you make a jewel for me?
Yes, that's right. And from there, we can create a bespoke piece depending on what stones you like, if you like yellow gold or white gold or silver, and we'll craft a completely bespoke and personalized piece for you.
Your jewels are both women jewels, men jewels.
It's for everybody. So all of the pieces are unisex, and you'll see they're very bold statement pieces. So when you wear them out, they always attract compliments and questions because people are looking at it and they know it looks familiar, but they're not quite sure why. And then if you explain to them, yes, it's a charger plug, it's a circuit board, it's a USB stick, you see the moment of realization and discovery, and people are so delighted that it's something that, they're used to seeing day to day, but it's been elevated into a luxury piece of wearable art.
You have created a very nice masterpiece, a necklace. Can you describe it?
Yes, absolutely. So that's one of our masterpieces in the collection. It's a green circuit board from a discarded mobile phone that would have ended up as waste. And it's strung on a 22 carat yellow gold chain. The chain is all, it was created from the lost wax technique, but it's hand chiseled and hand carved. And the pendant is 18 carats yellow gold. And it has an element resting on top of the circuit board, which has responsibly sourced rubies, sapphires, and emeralds. It's really such a statement piece. The color of the circuit board is like a jewel. It's almost like an emerald color. And against the brushed yellow gold, it just looked so luminous.
I noticed some cuffling.
Yes.
It's the opposite. It looks like really simple.
Yes. So the cufflinks are made from circuit boards from mobile phones, and they're in recycled sterling silver, and they have small emeralds as well. So it's a really nice accessory for men to have something that reflects like the technology that they use day to day, but it becomes a luxury item.
And the stones are near the same color of a piece of computer.
The cufflinks are made from circuit boards, and because each piece is unique, they're a pair, but they each have their own individual charm. So the color is green, like the color of an emerald, and in fact, the cufflinks have some small emeralds placed within them. and they're on a recycled silver, and the backing of the cufflinks are also hand carved and handcrafted. Nobody else would have the same circuit board or the same pair of cufflinks.
For this first collection, how many pieces did you create?
We have around 30 pieces, and they are mainly in 22 carat yellow gold, 18 carat white gold, and some pieces in silver.
And I noticed a bracelet.
Yes.
Yes, it's really strange because at the beginning I look it's just contemporary pieces, and in fact it's cable.
Yes, that's right. So the bracelets are made from mobile phone charging cables. So one of them has many black cables wrapped around, and there are small fragments of gold and oxidized silver. And the front of the bracelet is a gold-plated circuit board, and the clasp is made from 2 rubies. And the look, it's quite a statement piece, and the look is almost ancient. It looks like it could be from ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, ancient Greece. But of course, when you look more closely and you see that it's not a different material, it's a modern material, it's made from charging cables and circuit boards, you realize it's actually something very modern. And the inspiration behind the collection aesthetically was to have pieces that look ancient and archaeological, but from the future. So we wanted to create futuristic artifacts, as if there is someone from the future who has excavated and discovered these objects from our time, because they're made of modern materials.
Can you tell us something about your next collection?
So for Oushaba, we're always wanting to breathe a new life into forgotten materials. So we're always interested in repurposing and reimagining recycled materials. So for the next collection, it might be a different type of recycled material. So not electronic waste, but something very different. And at the moment, we're doing jewelry, but we would also love to explore other types of wearable art using recycled materials too.
In this collection, what is your favorite pieces?
One of my favorite pieces is an 18 carat yellow gold ring made from a green circuit board. And the circuit board is very intricate. It has like a white pattern on the surface, and we have embellished it with an emerald. And it's so fascinating that the natural color of the circuit board is the color of the emerald. So they're the perfect match. And it's a bold piece, a chunky piece. I love it because it can be worn by women, by men. The color of the brushed yellow gold against the emerald and the emerald colored circuit board is so beautiful.
Thank you so much. Bye, Gillian.
Bye, Anne. Thank you so much.
So, end this story of Gillian and her sentimental jewels recycled from your phone and computer. To see them, I put you the link in the podcast page. I am Anne Desmarais de Jotan, and I give a voice to the jewels every Sunday. And if you also want to talk about your jewelry and your house, I will be happy to accompany you to make your podcast brand or welcome you as a partner in my native podcast. Our date on the Brilliant podcast will be May 21, and I see you the following weeks on this podcast. Please support the podcast by putting reviews and stars on Spotify or Apple Podcast, by subscribing and sharing it on your social network. I wish you a nice week and lots of kisses like a jewels.